I got 10 years to fill a stadium, but only 2 minutes to fill your cranium. Humble the poet, signing in. Today, I'm going to take a deep dive into the music video for H.A.I.R. It was written by me and co-directed by me and Dakota Watton of Parliament Pictures. So I'm a big fan of music videos. When I was a kid, I actually used to record music videos regularly. So Busta Rhymes music videos, Missy Elliott music videos. Those are the ones that impressed me the most. So the first scene, you see our homegirl Sarah, and what you see is me about to shave her head. So we had already been shooting all day and all night, and we were just hyped up on espresso, and we decided last minute that we were gonna shave her head, and kudos to her. The next scene is immediately you see Sandy on the bike. So check out the Sandy line on Instagram. She's a super talented stylist, creative, and designer. So that scene is actually an homage to an old music video that I really like, directed by Director X. So he shot a music video for a local Toronto rapper by the name of H.A.I.R, and H.A.I.R had a song called Let's Ride. And this one scene with just two very beautiful girls riding on a bicycle, full of attitude and stuff, and I wanted to kind of recreate that and pay homage to that. In between that, you see we're mixing this up with another amazing talent named Jade, and what I was trying to do is, in addition to all these scenes, kind of have a little bit of a story kind of running through. And what you see here now walking up to me is the lovely Yoshi. And if you look real close, she's actually wearing a Mama's Boy shirt. So that was the first prototype for a Mama's Boy shirt that I made, which was a purple crop top designed by Sandy. And if you look really closely behind her, Julia is the first person you see in the I Will video. So we tried to make a connection through that. So next you see the very sensual, sexy Anisha. For those who know me from Unicorn Island, Anisha was one of our dancers that we went on a world tour with. Actually, a little funny thing about this was she brought the wrong cleaner for her contact lenses. So she actually ended up burning her eyes. If you look really closely, her eyes are all super red and she has no idea what's happening. She can't see the camera. She can't see the people. A couple of other friends showed up and she couldn't even recognize them. So she's pretty much dancing without being able to see or even knowing where she is. The next scene has Laura, me and Laura, and we kind of have this little beach scene. What I like doing is, and I've done it before even with the Fake Love video, is I kind of take a scene and I show it to you in a little square, and then I keep zooming out, and every time I zoom out I show you a different part of the story. So for this one, it looks like we're kind of hanging out in somewhere cool, nice plants and everything, but as we continue to zoom out, you start to realize that we're really just on the roof of an old building. And next, after Laura, who did we have next? We had Paige. Now, the cool thing about this Paige situation is if you guys are fans of Batman, there actually is a villain by the name of Poison Ivy, and she's a redhead, and she takes care of a lot of plants. And if you look at what I'm doing closely, is I'm actually taking a cassette tape and I'm rewinding it with a pencil. If you're a child of the 80s, you know that's how we used to rewind our tapes. I know a lot of you young people barely know what a CD is, let alone a cassette. The theme of this video was paying homage to a lot of the things that I saw as a kid. The next scene is a dinner scene with a very talented actress by the name of Tori. And the idea behind this scene was, you know, I grew up the son of a cabbie. When I first started entering this world and seeing new experiences and meeting new people, I really always thought that like high-end stuff, the fancy stuff wasn't for me. These people I couldn't relate to because I grew up blue collar with my dad driving a cab. So what you notice in this scene is it's just my attempt of trying to fit in somewhere where I definitely don't fit in. Right after Tori is May, and this whole scene was kind of like the brainchild of Dakota. We wanted a little bit of sultriness, a little bit of danger in this, and May just looks so gangster. She's just got a whole bunch of tattoos on her head, tattoos all over her body, and we're like, how can we hide who she is and then kind of reveal it later? And then when she walks in the back, you see me tied up. But the other important thing I want to point out is I'm in a red room, and that's kind of an homage to some of the old Stephen King movies where red room is murder spelled backwards. So we're really just trying to have these homages to our favorite films, to our favorite references. If you look real closely at my shirt, it says I'm only here to make friends. And you know, I love juxtaposition, meaning I love having two things that don't belong in the same space, and I think that's really cool. And then the fastest rap part of the song, which took me a while to learn myself, that focus, that energy, get it, boy, never that. Focus that energy, get it, boy. Never for enemies, kill them, boy. Make them a memory, show them, but let me see. Never, I still can't do it. We ended up getting Taylor, who is a very, very talented poet. She was a former gymnast who actually went through an accident, but now she's used that to tell her story and share it with other people. And now for the scene that everybody's always been asking me about, which was the infamous Lily girl on girl scene. I've been talking to Lily forever about being in a music video for me, and obviously the wonderful person she is, she's like, yeah, whatever you want, I'm down to be in a music video. What I said was, I want you to be in this music video, but I want you to be presented in a way that you haven't been presented before. But when I ran the idea by her, she said, I'm game, but the only condition is I'm not gonna do the scene with a girl that I know. Because if I do the scene with a girl that I know, then I'll probably end up just laughing, and it's not gonna be a comfortable situation. And who we ended up actually going with was Mika. So Mika, the cool thing with her is she was actually our art director for the video. But I felt like she was the best fit for this. And shout outs to Lily for that. I know there's a lot of girls out there feeling a certain type of way about how they want to live and they don't feel like they can be themselves. And I thought it would have been a really good message and moment for girls to kind of see like, hey, if you know she can do this, I can do this. And then right after this, we go into Holly. Holly is such a sweet, beautiful, wonderful individual. We found this old bridge that nobody's using anymore. You know, Michael and Dakota are bananas. So what these two guys did was they climbed the bridge and they're actually shooting it from the top. That's how we got that high scene. And then we ended off with Kiana and Oshani. Again, two dancers that you know from AT2UI, from the world tour that we went on. These guys just did this really cool dance that they made up on the spot, and just seeing it choreographed so fantastically and just celebrating an angle from Toronto that looks super dope. And then just closing scenes, having everybody kind of end their stories, you know, seeing the plant drop with Laura, you know, watching Oshi and Kiki do the little booty pops. That was a little funny. Having a lot of fun with everybody, just kind of celebrating the diversity. Because the thing was, the original idea behind the video was to show a bunch of different girls with different hair. And then we realized, like, hey, not only can we have girls with different hair, but being from Toronto, which is the most inclusive and diverse place on the entire planet, we could show girls of different skin color, different backgrounds, different languages, different hair, different body types, different attitudes, different archetypes. You're not just looking at people who are ethnically diverse, you're looking at people who are just diverse in their styles. And I mean, beyond that, even though we shot the whole video in Toronto, the actual song was recorded in Los Angeles with the very talented Keith Rice. The actual song was inspired by a girl in my past who used to annoy the hell out of me, but she had very nice hair. So what I used to pretty much say was, you know, as frustrating as it is being around you, I still love the way your hair feels. Last but not least, I also want to shout out H.A.I.R. You guys might know H.A.I.R. as the manager from H.A.I.R, Montana. Every time we go to Trinidad, we go hang out with him. And he was actually the first guy to hear this song and tell me to stop doing everything and focus on this song and make sure the world hears this song first, because it's been about 7 years since I released any music, and he told me that my first song should be something soft, something fun, and then after that I can go back into some hardcore rap, which I did after with I Will, which will be the next video I explain. Thank you so much for watching. I will explain more of my music videos. A lot of work and time and energy and love goes into them. Please share this with people that you care about and people that you don't. More videos down here. Check out my music right here. And make sure if you haven't already subscribed, right there. Much love.